Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a really fun makeup tutorial using some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I'll be using the Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter palette. I keep forgetting what this is called because I'm not sure if I'm putting them in the right order. This palette is fantastic. The quality of these shadows, Melt Cosmetics really, love them, so good. But if you don't want to buy the full stack and you just want like the most important shadow from this, Enigma, dude, you will not regret this purchase. It's one of the most beautiful red eyeshadows that I have. I'm also going to be using a couple of other palettes. I'm going to be using this Makeup Atelier one called Smoke Variation. I'm literally just using the highlight in it because you guys know I'm super picky about highlight. And then I'm also going to be using the Burnt Umber palette from Makeup Atelier. This is one of my absolute favorite makeup palettes. I use it with so many different looks. And what I love about it is the quality of the shadows is just unreal. It's relatively inexpensive. $35 for a very high-end pro quality eyeshadow palette is not so bad when you consider that you only have to use a tiny bit of each shadow, and the textures are so creamy. Wait till you see this one on my lid. It's like smooth and creamy and like yummer. But if you wanted to actually just use one palette for this, you could use just this palette to recreate this look. So there's a black. It won't be quite as red as it will be with the Melt Cosmetics, but it'll come out pretty much the same. The other thing I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video that I'm so excited to finally share is using the Vice Special Effects lip top coats from Urban Decay on the lid of your eyelid. The lid of your eyelid? That's not what I meant to say. You know what I mean. Using it on your eyes on the upper lid as opposed to just using it on the bottom. And something I haven't been 100% clear with the videos I've talked about these before, they completely set down. They don't stay wet. They don't stay creamy. They don't stay weird. Let me show you guys. Okay. Zoomed in on this makeup. P.S. This makeup has been on for many hours. I'm going to go ahead and rub this. Zero transfer. And by the way, I've tried filming this intro once or twice before, and so these have been rubbed a lot, which is weird for eyeshadow generally, but they're staying in place. They look amazing. And I blended the black over it and the sparkle came through. I'm just saying, it doesn't get much better than that. So while these are technically not officially for the eyes, and I don't know whether or not they're technically eye safe, use these at your own risk. However, as somebody who has sensitive eyes and wears contact lenses, I haven't had glitter fall out into my eyes. I haven't had any weirdness or cloudiness with my contact lenses. These are totally bomb. I'm just saying, I had to clear a drawer in my makeup setup for them because that's how good they are, and I need them by my side always. If you guys enjoy my tutorials, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment in the comment section down below, start a conversation with everyone, and you know, share my videos with anyone any way you can. If you want to show it to your friend, show it to your mom, show it to your dad, who cares? Just getting the word out really helps me grow my channel, and I appreciate it endlessly. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this look. I'm getting started today with my eyebrows. This is a little palette I got from Makeup Forever. It's got like 3 different brow powders. It's got a wax, which is what I'm putting on my brows here. And so I'm putting that on with a Smith Cosmetics brush. I'm still testing this out. This is like the first time I've used it, and I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I haven't used like a waxed brow product in a long time, and I remember those were all the rage about 10 years ago. So I thought I'd check it out, and I liked it. For my primer today, I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion, an oldie but goodie, and something I've been doing lately, which is to set my primer with powder. This is the Makeup Forever pressed version of their HD powder, which I love for this. It's very silky, it's minimalistic, it doesn't have a lot of texture, which is perfect because the whole point of doing this is to make my eyelids look as smooth as possible. The brush that I'm using for this is from Inglot. This is the 4SS. It's a nice big fluffy brush. I have 2 of them. Wanted to give that an extra shout out. The palette that I'm using today, well, the quad, I don't know what you call it. This is from Melt Cosmetics, and this is called the Dark Matter Stack. So the first color I'm using is Enigma. That's that beautiful like cinnamon red, orange, brown color. This is the color that I've been looking for a long time. I didn't even know that I needed it. You know how it is? You're just like, damn, where you been all my life though? Blending that out, making sure it has a nice hazy edge. With any kind of red shadow though, it can go kind of pink. So I'm using the Camel color from this palette and using that to blend out. I don't actually know the name of the shadow. I'm sorry. It's all from the Dark Matter stack. It's the light Camel color from that stack. I am sorry. I am the worst YouTuber ever. Which will become more apparent as we go on. Now I'm using the highlight from the Smoke Variation palette from sorry guys, I'm like losing my train of thought. It's hot here today when I'm filming this voiceover. I apologize. So basically, and this is part of the reason why I'm sort of frazzled, this is a lot of back and forth blending. So I'm like grabbing more of the red, more of the camel color, a little bit of the highlight, blending them together using a clean brush, all that kind of stuff. And really, this is the kind of stuff that doesn't get highlighted a lot in tutorials because it's tedious and because it's fast-paced and kind of weird to explain, but this is the kind of stuff that really makes or breaks a look. So take your time blending. You know, if you have to blend back with another color or something, just do it. And I don't know why I'm like lecturing you about that. Probably because it's hot. Taking MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, putting that all over the lid. This has been kind of my MO lately. It's just to really clean up the lid. It helps to make my eyes look larger because they are hooded. So we're completely cleaning up any of that crease work and kind of erasing it and making sure that the lid color can really pop. And because I'm placing this above my natural, oh god, I dipped out of frame. I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna be so mad at myself this whole video. I keep doing that. This is that creamy eyeshadow that I was talking about from the Burnt Umber palette from Makeup Atelier. Holy moly! It looks even better in person if you can imagine that. It's just so smooth and creamy. I wish all eyeshadow could be like this. I wish they all could be California girls. Alright, I'm done. This is the Vice Special Effects Top Coat in Flicker. This is fantastic. This is what I do. I dispense it on the back of my hand. I heard some concern about using these on both your lips and your eyes. I always dispense it on the back of my hand or on a palette or something, so I'm never cross-contaminating. So I'm just dipping from that little bit on the back of my hand and using a very small synthetic brush to use this, because anytime you use creams or liquids, it's best to use synthetics because they don't absorb and so they won't break down, and they also won't help spread bacteria and all that nice neat stuff. So I think at some point doing this I dip out of frame too. I was just really not on my A game. I was super focused on the makeup, which I guess is also good. And you get the gist of it, right? I'm putting it all over the lid. Okay, we'll move on. And here's what it looks like. Super sparkly, gorgeous. One thing you want to do with these is let them fully dry. So I took a little card and fanned my face. I'm going to use the sort of creamsicle orange color from the Burnt Umber palette. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you really could use that palette for this whole look. You see the color palette is quite similar, but the Enigma color from Melt Cosmetics is so beautiful that I needed to use it in a look. And actually, I think I use every color from the stack. I think. Yeah? No? I don't know. Here's the black from the stack, which sounds weird. And you can see that shimmer, that glitter coming right through like I had mentioned in the intro of this video. It's fantastic how that glitter comes through. I'm so excited about these. And then I'm just like dipping out of frame so much. Why? So I'm going to show you guys a double take. I'm going to show you this on the other side. I feel like the time when I filmed this, it didn't blend quite as well as it did the first time I did this look, which was when I was going to the Coheed and Cambria concert. There you can see that blend starting to really work, and you can see the shimmer coming through. You can see how well that black blends over the glitter shadow stuff. Super cool. So here we are doing a soft cut crease. I'm using my MAC 242 brush to lightly darken the crease. It's getting a little on the glitter shadow too, but that's fine. It kind of creates this nice framework. It's really great when you have hooded eyelids to create this sort of illusion. And so I'm flicking that color a little bit more in the outer corner, using the brush that I had the red shadow on earlier to blend it all together. And then I'm actually packing some red on in between the glitter and the black, just to create a nice ombre effect. And then cleaning up any fallout. For my primer today, I'm using the Smashbox primer I've been using a lot lately. And then here is the Makeup Forever stick foundations I've been using. I did that little freeze frame so I could be sure that I was labeling them correctly, because I think I called them different number names or something. Sorry. You know, different formulations have different names and I get confused sometimes, so it's always nice to just show you. And here I am using my Beauty Blender to blend these foundations out. I love these foundations. Like, look at that coverage. Damn! And then, you know, I didn't really need more coverage, but I decided you know, why not? The concealers I'm using today are from NARS. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm also using a little bit of the MAC Radiant Rose highlighter, which is fantastic and great for minimalizing the sallowness yellow tones I can get in my outer eye edges. For under eye powder, I'm using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and for my overall face powder, I'm using one of the luxury powders from Ben Nye. This is the Cameo powder. If you are a pale-skinned girl, especially if you have a pink undertone, this powder, run out and get it. It's so fantastic. I'm obsessed with this powder. Oh my gosh. So it has a slightly pink tone, so it's not going to make your face look too powdery and ashy, which is something that can happen with very pale girls as well as very dark skin gals. You can tell I'm just loving this powder. This is a dupe, guys. This is a dupe for the Kat Von D powder. Actually, I like it better than the Kat Von D powder. So for me, it was kind of cool to find one that had that tint to it, but that doesn't leave me looking ashy, and I was so impressed with how this photographed. So here I am just wicking away any excess powder with a super soft Wayne Goss brush. For my inner rim today, I'm using my favorite inner rim liner, which is the Urban Decay Perversion Pencil. This stuff is the bomb. Again, it's a super dark black. It tends to not irritate my contacts, which is important to me since I wear them, and it's sort of unavoidable. So I need to find, you know, pencils that don't irritate me. So here I'm smudging in a little bit of Kat Von D Danzig eyeshadow, one of my favorites, and not just because I'm a Misfits fan, but because I love this shade of purple. I'm applying this very sheerly, so I want to say that because that eyeshadow actually can go on super intense, but I was applying it sort of dry and blending it out a lot so that it would have a sheer effect, because on top of that I'm taking another one of the Urban Decay Special Effects glittery top coat thingies. I think this one's Monarch. It's one of the purples. Beautiful! Love that. These just go on so beautifully using a teeny tiny brush from Smith Cosmetics and then blending that out with a Q-tip. This Q-tip is from a brand called Esom, and I get them from musebeauty.com. The lashes that I'm using today are Ardell Babies. These are really fantastic lashes because they're very minimal. The band of them isn't too long, so you won't have to cut them down. So they're great if you're using them on clients and you want a nice minimal lash that really kind of looks like someone's real lashes with a little kick up, a little flare at the end. So these are slowly becoming one of my favorites because they're just easy to pull off and they don't look so obviously fake. In fact, I need to go to the drugstore and pick a couple more pairs of these up. Little mascara. This is the Clinique Flutter to Full mascara, I think. And then on my inner rim, that's not even my inner rim. That's my inner tear duct area. Anyway, I'm using one of the highlights from one of the Makeup Atelier palettes. I think it's one from the Smoke Variation palette. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Doesn't really matter. So now I'm using the IT Cosmetics contour palette, which is fantastic, by the way. Oh my god, I love this palette. It's so good. I don't use it enough, probably because it's slightly on the warmer side. So for a look like this, that's perfect. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Now I am using the ColourPop. Came out with a couple of like blush duos, and I used a combination of this more orangey tone blush and this more pink blush to get my perfect blush, again going for a warm tone. And then I used the shimmery highlight color from the pink palette to give me a nice little pop on my cheeks. It just gave me a beautiful glow. You have to like give yourself sexy face when you put on like blush and highlight and stuff like that. Now I did a primer on my lip. I'm putting some brow gel on my brows. I got like way ahead of myself and now I don't have anything to say. Oh, now my little freckle fill, which using the vitamin C treatment, it's starting to fade that freckle, which is how I know it's working, but it's also kind of sad. Now I'm using that same IT Cosmetics palette to do highlight and again make a sexy face. I mean, this is awesome. This palette has both a matte toned or matte highlight and a shimmery one, and the shimmery one is very satin texture and I love the way that it photographs. I mean, you can tell when I'm putting it on how happy I am applying this highlight. For my lips today, I am using a color from Smashbox. This is one of their, oh crap, I don't remember, and I feel terrible because I actually really love this product, and I forget the name of it. I actually moved them into a special drawer in my makeup setup. Let's see. I believe this is called Bad Bee, the color that I'm using, and this is the liquid, Bee Legendary Liquid Pigments. Holy crap, these are freaking awesome, you guys. I normally don't like super pigmented glosses, but in this case, hot damn, I'm in love. And this is the look. So this is the completed look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This was a lot of fun to do. If you enjoy my tutorials, please tell anyone that you can, any way that you can, and I will see you in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful. See you, bye. A lot of people are curious what I say at the end of my videos. I say, remember to be vintage or tacky, just be your own kind of beautiful. And I say that because vintage or tacky are two different sides of the same idea. They're, you know, a lot of people see old things as being tacky or passé or just not classy, whereas vintage has this association with being classy and being coveted, and the only difference between the two is taste. Don't let labels define you, define yourself, or don't define yourself, even better. Anyway, see you guys, bye.